Hi everybody, I'm Laura. Welcome back to my channel. Checking to see how everything looks. It looks good. So this is a Beebeecraft video. We are going to be working with a little 2-hole, I believe they were 3.5 or they're 4mm square 2-hole. They're beautiful. They are Rhodonite. Oh my gosh, they're gorgeous. We are going to make a bracelet today using leather. This is, I believe, either 1 or 1.5mm. This is also from Beebeecraft from way back in the day. I only have one more little piece left, enough to make one more bracelet. Now, long time ago, I've done this bracelet on my channel, but I didn't get very many views. And I didn't do it with these absolutely beautiful little tiny beads. I also have some Miyuki round, well, they're 11/0s. I don't know the color. I don't have the bag they came in. All I know is they're absolutely beautiful pink. I want to do the earrings also, but it depends. I'm not happy how they came out, so we may not do them. Just know I did make one earring. I wasn't overly happy with the way it came out, so I may skip out on the earrings, but oh my gosh, we may do something different to make earrings, but we'll see. I have some Rhodonite that we may make some drops and make earrings with. So, you know, there's other options. So I may go to my stash later in the video when I'm done with the bracelet and get that out. So let me tell you about Beebeecraft. Beebeecraft is an absolutely amazing company, and I did not bring my spare phone out to show you, but down in the description, you're going to find all kinds of coupon codes that will save you 10% off your very first order with them, off your entire order. And if you're shopping with them, once your order hits $25, your order ships for free. Yes, they are from China, so it's going to take about 2 weeks to get to you. So you don't want to order something that you have to have right now. But I got to tell you, their prices are phenomenal. I will also link in the pinned comments after this video goes live my unboxing video for these items. If you're like me and you are a creator and you have a YouTube channel of at least 100 followers, you can apply to be an ambassador like I am and possibly be able to do what I'm doing and share their products with others and make jewelry. I gotta tell you, they are a phenomenal company. They have every kind of beading aspect. Other projects like if you're into doing acrylic, or if you're into doing paper crafts, stamping, you name it, they have you covered, everybody. I believe they even have polymer clay I saw. So you can do just about anything with Beebeecraft. I absolutely love working with them. I was going to place an order with them last month, and as you all know, I had some really bad medical issues, and it kind of stumbled me down a little bit, but I'm okay. Things are getting better, and hopefully in a week or so, I'm going to place a pretty good size order with them so that I can get a few things that I need for my own self. And also, if you're a person that does vendor events and things like that, they sell like organza bags. They sell the displays and things like that a lot cheaper than you can buy them elsewhere. So check them out. They have everything you need. It's like a one-stop shop. They are amazing. Just spend a day browsing and perusing their website, because once you jump down that little rabbit hole with them, I'll tell you what, friends, you're going to be like me. You're going to be like, I gotta shop, because yeah, it's one of my Achilles heel, I'll tell you. But absolutely wonderful to work with them. I love Beebeecraft, and that's why I love to bring you beautiful things with them. So what we're going to do is we are going to make a bracelet. Like I said, we're going to be using these Rhodonite 2-hole beads. They're beautiful. And if I don't make this exact earring, which I probably won't, I'm gonna go get some Rhodonite from my stash, little beads. We're gonna make these earrings. They are clip-on. I actually had them on to see how they stay, and they stay really good. I was so surprised. So I'm gonna make myself a pair of earrings to wear. So to start with, I've got my dish here, and we got a bunch of little Rhodonite. I've got my leather. I wrapped it around my wrist, and then I made sure I had plenty of extra. It depends on if you're going to use knots, if you're going to use, I cut way too much. I cut 22 inches. Oh my good Lord. Why did I do that? I'm going to have extra left over. You're going to need like a size 10 or a size 11. I believe this is a size 11 beading needle, and this one is a size 10. It's a little more sturdy. I'm probably going to use a size 10 because we are going to be going through a couple times. We are going to be using the infinity stitch. We are not going to be using the ladder stitch, so it's one needle. You're also going to need some 1G, or if you can't, go to like Walmart or Hobby Lobby or any of those places. Go to the thread section, and I'll show you what I buy. And you get, and they have all kinds of threads and seed beads too at Beebeecraft, guys. Get your the nylon Coats and Clark, the tapestry upholstery thread, and you can get it in all kinds of colors. I have like, I don't know, 3-4 colors. So we're going to need that. And I also am using some Eslon, okay? Because your girl's not going to put a bunch of knots on her wrist. It just is not going to happen. I also will need my GS Hypo Cement. I have a hole in it, and it's seeping out the side here, so we have to be careful. I have a plastic baggie to do the gluing with, so I don't have glue on my thing. I do have to grab some tape. So I think I have everything out. Oh, the other thing you need is a button closure, because I want to keep this for myself. I am using a Tiara cast. This is a pewter check round button. I've been hoarding some Tiara casts, I'll tell you. So this is going to be my closure, because this is a tiny bracelet. Your girl is going to be doing some outfits, because I've lost so much weight with my health. And my wrist is like gotten really small. I'm going to be doing some outfits for myself, just because I want to do something for me. So I'm coordinating outfits with jewelry and colors, and you know, it's just for me, guys. Now I also need to get my blue tape, because I need to tape my project down while I'm working. So let me reach over here and grab it, because I left it way over at the other end of the table. I hope I didn't bump y'all. So painter's tape is fabulous. So friends, I hope you are enjoying yourselves today. Grab yourself something to drink and some snacks, because we're going to be a while. And if you decide that you want to make this, save this video off to the side so you can refer back to it. So I'm debating, do I want to make my loop out of, you know, this end and make a loop and, you know, and then hide here, or do I want my button, whoops, here? I think I'm going to hide my third piece, because no matter how I do this, one end is going to have a third piece of leather like this hidden in the S-line. Okay, so I think we're going to put our button on like so. Whoop, just like that. And I am not going to what's the word, it's going to be kind of offset. Okay, so first thing I want to do is I want to see how long do I need this. Whoop-de-doo. I need it longer than that, girl. I'm not that much of a twiggy. So, and if you're making it for yourself, just use your wrist. Give yourself plenty of grace for making loops and all that stuff. And if you're using big round beads, you're going to want to give yourself a lot more leather than you think you're going to want to use, or what have you. So we're using tiny beads, the baby beads, little bitty baby beads. And this is going to be a delicate bracelet. We have tiny little, I think this is maybe 1 millimeter genuine leather. And we're using tiny little baby beads, tiny little baby bead, seed beads. They're 11-ohs, and we're using 1G thread. I don't know, does it tell us the color on it? It does not. Can't remember the color. I think it's like some kind of red, because I want that contrast on here. Again, we have this stuff, so also a good color to use would be the ivory, which I can't remember where I got this, but it didn't have, but it is 1G. Just know, do whatever y'all want, you know, whatever floats your boat. If you want to do the ladder stitch and y'all can know how to do the ladder stitch, do it. I get very confused with the ladder stitch. I prefer the infinity. You want to make sure that your beads, you can go through the holes multiple times, and I can. With these earrings, I think I've gone through these holes. I don't have a matches out here to burn my threads, so we're going to have to take care of the threads after the video. But as you can see, I've been through these holes on everything, like probably sometimes 6 times. So very good holes on these. So we're going to start by closing off. So we're going to get these out of our way. I want to tape down my button because he's getting a little bit wily up there. We just want to close him down. We don't want him getting in the way, escaping, but we do want to give him plenty of room so that when he's like this, he's still good. He's good to go. So we know where we want to end our, like that. So we're going to tape that right down. Tape it good. We don't want him to get away. We're going to bring our leather in, and this is where our S-line comes in. Get yourself a good size of this. We're going to do the, what is it called? Square knot, I believe. Get your good thread cutters. You don't want to use beat up scissors for your good threads. Okay. So we're going to take and we're going to do some square knots. You see my button is flipped over, so we're on the back side of this. We're going to come up close. You can see my thread is right there at the edge of the button. We're going to come up And I am going to give it a tie down. We want a knot so that we're holding that in place. And this is going to move up as I go. So, and I'm going to give it, now that I've given a single knot, I'm going to give it a double knot. So, get my fingers out of the way. 1. I'm telling you, I can do this. And did I already go through twice? No, once. And twice. So I want to make sure the bottom one is tight and pull this down real quick. Well, I don't think it was all that tight, but we'll shove it up. It'll be fine. It is just to hold it in place while we start our knotting. So we have our string. I don't know how much I cut. We're only going to make like 3 knots. We don't want a whole lot of knots in our way. So we got this down. We want our thread to lay, or our leather to lay flat. So we're going to get more of our lovely little blue painter's tape. I'll lay it down. A lot of people use clips, and that's fine, but I found that the clips will dent your leather, so we're going to use painter's tape. So we're going to start by making a P over top of our leather, shaped like a P. I'll put our finger on top of that. We're going to take our other piece, we're going to pick up our leather, we're going to go under our thread and our leather, so it looks like this. We have our P, it comes over here. We have taken this thread, it comes under here, under our 2 pieces of leather, and we're going to put it through. It's got to come through the hole of the P. Don't forget to do that. It's important. And then we're just going to pull it up. That is step 1 of our, it's called a double knot. I don't know. And you know what? I did that wrong. I did it wrong. Obviously. Maybe it's not supposed to go through the hole. P. Guys, I swear. So we're going to come under. I should have looked up my video and double checked what I'm doing before I go live and do a video. Because you know what? I really thought we were supposed to go through that. Maybe we're not. Okay. Okay. Why are we not doing this? Over. Maybe we're supposed to come over that thread. Yes. All right. Take all that back. So here is our P. If this isn't right, I'm going to cry. So we made our P. It's a learning process, and I forgot to double check everything before I came on to make my video. Over this thread, under the leather, out through the hole of the P. Now we have our knot. Oh my good Lord. Go ahead and laugh with me, guys, because, you know, it's one of those days. This side, we're going to make a top half of a Q. If you guys know printing cues back in the day, I know people these days just use computers. So we're going to make a loop that way, over the thread, under the leather, and up through that loop. Ta-da! So that is one complete, and I'm going to shove it back up where it belongs. All this will have knots in it, guys, and it will be glued. So don't worry. Plus there will be beads against it. So that is one complete double knot. Again, we're going to make a P, hold it in place, over, under the leather, up through the P, makes a nice little figure 8. Now that I've got it, it makes more sense. Make the Q, or the number 9, if you want to go there. Take your other one. This is the second half of the second one. Over that string, under the leather, up through the loop in the 9. Give it a tug. There we go. That's our second knot. Yeah, we definitely want 3. I want to make sure it's up there where I want it, because now it's getting where it doesn't want to slide, so we know we got it anchored. We're going to do a third one. P, over the thread, up through, whoops, under the leather, up through the hole in the P, tug. Give it a tight little squeeze. We're going to make a 9 over that thread, under the leather, up through, whoops, come on, get back there. Give it a tug. That is 3 full knots. I am going to give it a knot to end it. You can also take these tails, put them on a needle, and draw them up through. I'm not going to do that. I am going to then give it a surgeon's knot. And I'm going to leave the tails because I will go ahead and glue this all at the very end. Okay, now we're going to turn this over because this is the back side of what we're doing. And look at how pretty that turned out. So now we're working at the front of our leather. And I am giving myself room for my leather to splay apart a little bit and room to move. We are going to get our, where'd I put that little sneaky devil? I'll tell you, I looked, it's right here in front of me. I looked for over an hour for this. Yeah, that happened. So we're going to need a good long piece of this. A wingspan. Guys, it's like a bird with his wings out. Fingertip to fingertip is a wingspan. That is what I'm getting off because I would rather have more than I need than not enough. And we are going to cut ourselves a little more than a wingspan. So we're going to put that there. And because this is curly, I'm going to run it between my fingers just a couple of times to get the curls out. And we are going to take my flat nose pliers and we are going to flatten the end of that thread. You'll kind of maybe see that it's now a little flat. And I'm going to take, that's my 11. That's my 10. Whoops. I'm going to take my size 10 needle and I am going to put it right down over. I'm like a mile away from my needle, so I'm going to miss it. I can't see what I'm doing. Yeah. I think I have it. Nope, I don't. So in a perfect world, I would be able to thread this in one shot. But because I'm trying to do this on camera, and my needle and thread is a mile away from me. There we go. And I'm going to draw this way down. I don't want it folded in half, but I want it very close to being in half. You want a good long tail, and we are going to take and put our needle off to the side. I am going to take this piece, I'm going to put it right underneath here. You can work left to right, right to left, however you wish to do this. I'm going to take my 1G and I'm going to give it a good long tail over here, and I am going to, and I mean a good long tail because depending on how things look, I may want to come through and it's still quite curly. Put a needle on this end and weed it through. So we're going to give it a knot, and I don't want to tie it down too tight. I want that knot to be able to go inside of my bead. So we're tying it, but not real snug. And you can see it'll move. I am going to pick up just one seed bead. And the reason I'm doing that is because is that going to stay tied? That looked awful snug. Is that staying tied? Yes, no? I hope so. Because right here, this is going to need to split open. And eventually, I need it to go all the way across. So we're putting one seed bead on. And we're going to, because we're on this side, we're going to come under on the right. Pull your thread through, take your time. And then we're going to come over this side and back through that seed bead and go over. I don't know, we'll go under. We just came over. So you're doing basically a figure 8. I'll have to tape it back down because it's really hard to get up in there right at the moment. So we want to shove that as far up in there, I'll tape it back down in a minute, as possible, like that. And I am going to give that a little bit of a tug. And that kind of pops that knot down in that seed bead. Now I'm going to pick up 2 seed beads. 1, 2. We're underneath this leather on the left. So we're going to come over it and go under on the right. We're going to hold those 2 seed beads from going with the thread because we want them to stay in between the thread, the leathers, like that. We're going to come over with our needle and our thread back through those 2 seed beads and under the leather on the right. You're going to poke yourself. Just try not to poke and damage your leather. Get a hold of both of my threads, give them a pull. You don't want to pull too tight, but yet you don't want them to be too loose. And so far, this is what we have. And again, the leather is available in all sizes, all colors. You can get faux leather, you can get flat leather, you can get round, you can get genuine leather. They have it all at Beebeecraft. So I'm picking up 3 seed beads. We're coming out under. We're going to go over our leather and we're going to go under. Whoops. I'm an idiot. How did I do that? Under the leather on the right. Pull our thread. Keep our seed beads put where they need to be. Come back over the leather on the right. Make sure you're going through all of your seed beads. It's really important not to miss them. Go under. Pull your thread. Make sure everything is up where it needs to be, but not sticking up bubbly. Now, we're going to spread it a little farther by putting our first, and I think I'll put one of the pinker ones right next to that pink. So we're going to pick up, we have 2 holes, and I've already checked all these by making sure that the holes go all the way through on both of them, on both holes. Something you might want to do. So we're going to pick this up and we're going to put this here. So we're coming over our right leather or our left leather, and we're going to go under our right. One of these square 2-hole rhodonite beads is equal to 4 of these seed beads. So that's why I said we're going to step up and widen it just a little more. We're going to treat each hole as its own individual bead. So we're going to come back over right here and go back through, and you want to make sure that you're not stabbing your thread that's already in there, so be real careful. And when we come out over here, we want to come under our leather and give it a pull. If you find that you have stabbed your thread, just take your needle off and pull it back through. So this is what we have at the moment. Let me get my, you see I picked this thread up. We need to get that out of there. Just grab it and pull it back out. There we go. So this is what we have right now. And we're going to go through the bottom bead, bottom hole of that bead. We're going to come through, over. We're going to tip it up where we can see to get through that hole. Go through, and we're going to go through the bottom underneath the leather. And then we're just going to pull. And then we want to make sure this is all snug. Pull our leathers together. Again, over. Tip your bead up if you need to. Under. And out. And just like that. And look at how pretty that looks. It is so amazing. Now, from now on, we're going to use 4 seed beads. 2, 3, 4. I picked up 4 of the little pink seed beads. I'm coming out from underneath. We're going to go over and then under the right side. Pull it through. There we go. Make sure they're nestled in there where they're supposed to be. And then we're going to come over the right side. Make sure you pick up all 4 of those seed beads and then go under your leather. And when you do this, you're going to draw that down tight. Give it a little snug hug. Put them in place. And then you can decide, do I want one row just like that, and then put your next one on, which is what I'm going to do, or do you want to do 2 rows of the seed beads? You can do whatever you want. It's your project. But I am going to go ahead and put another Rhodonite. I've picked it up, and we're going to go over the left, under the right, put it in, pull through. Again, we're going to treat it as each hole being its own bead. Again, come over, through, under, hold it in place with your fingers. If it was laying down, I would just have my hand over it so that it looks just like that. We're going to come down. We're going to go over, push the bead up just a hair so we can get in that hole. Put our needle in the hole. Under. And if it goes wonky like that, just give it a push up where it belongs. Again, left side, we're going to come over the leather, put it through, under the left side, and pull it out. So that is the infinity stitch, and that is what it looks like on a bracelet using the pink for the contrast. I think it's beautiful. I'm going to pick up 4 more seed beads. We are coming out under, so we're going to go over and under. All right, pull it snug, come back through, make sure you catch all 4 seed beads like that. Going back under. And if they're loose while you're working, that's fine. You can snug them up just like that. Grabbing another Rhodonite, under, or over, then under. And I'm going to give this a snug, and that will snug up the seed beads above it. Again, we're going to treat that as each hole as its own bead. Over, through, and under the left. Give it a snug. Come down, over the left. Sneak it through the bead. Whoops. I'm sitting quite a ways away from my project, so it's kind of hard to hit it. Under the right. Oops. Hook down the end of the leather. Give it a little snug test. And if you see that like this is loose, just reach over and gently lift or use your fingernails to tighten your threads. And then we're going to go back through. There we go. That is so pretty. I love how it's coming out. And because I don't want to keep you forever, I am going to put one more bunch of seed beads on with you. And then I'm going to pause it and do a few more and then I'll be back. So we have 4 more. Again, over the left, under the right. Pull it. Whoops, come on. My finger's in the way. Over the right, catch all 4 seed beads. Go under the left. I could tell I didn't have them all. There, whoops. Come on, little dudes. Sometimes you just have to finagle a little direction and say, look, I'm in control. You need to do what I want you to do. And they go where you want them to. How pretty is that? So I'm going to do some more work and I'll bring you back when we get down a little closer to the size I want. Okay, so I am back and I am here where I am about to do my end to make my loop for my button to go through. Putting it on my wrist and measuring, I didn't have enough room for one full square Rhodonite. So I put 2 rows, which is about half the size of a Rhodonite. And then I'm going to start reducing. But I'm going to go through this last row of 11 O's that I put on to kind of give them a little bit more stability. Just like so. And partway through the bracelet, towards the what would be at the top of my wrist, I did do a little bit of a design. I decided that right through here, the part that would be at the top of my wrist, I would put 2 rows of 11 O's, which turned out really, really cute. I'm going to undo this tape. So there's kind of what it looks like at the moment. And now we're going to reduce this down to 1 bead. And I'm going to pick up 3. We're going to do the reverse of what we already did at the top. The only difference here is we are working with a open end. So it'll be a little bit finicky. And we're going to do the same as we would. And then we're going to pick up 2. Again, just like before, over the left, under the right. I dropped 1, so let's pick up 1. Don't know where he went. I did that earlier too. I dropped 1. I'm like, where did he go? He's nowhere to be found. Getting back up in there. So we have 2. We're going to make sure we pull these tight and pull them even so it's not crooked. Over the right, through both beads, under the left. Whoops. Get them back there. And then I'm going to go back through them. Give them a little bit more stability. Make sure you come out under. And now we just need the one. So there's our single bead through it. And I'm going to create a knot when I come back through. I'm going to come through. And go under. I got my fingers stuck in it. And when I come back up, I am going to pick up this thread right here, this thread bridge. I'm trying to grab it here. Well, let's go through and let's grab the thread bridge on the other side. It might be easier. Working with one bead, it's kind of a small area right there. All right, we're going to come up, and because we are going to work our way up, we want to stay following our pattern. So we're going to come in here and we're going to grab, let me see, where's our thread pattern? So we want to come up and go this way. I'm just going to put my needle in and see if that's going to be correct. Yes. So when we come up, we want to keep it under, go into these two beads. Get them to line up. And go under. Keep our thread back out of the way so we don't make a knot where we don't want it. Like that. And we're going to come over here and create a thread bridge right here and make our knot. Reach in there. We might just put our needle through, put our finger in here. I'm going to pull my tail through and give myself a little more thread to work with. And then come up above that thread. Let's see where my needle is. There we go. So we're coming out above the thread bridge, and then give it a little tug. And then I'm going to go wrap it around twice and then pull that down. And there is our knot. And we're going to wrap it around behind, and we're going to go through these three, whoops. These are the two. I want to try to go through from behind and go into these three beads if it'll fit. It may not fit because they are really, really tight. If they don't fit, we can at least get through one. I'm like a mile away from my beads, guys. I'm sorry. There we go. We went through all three. I want to come out underneath. And that ends. That's where I'm going to cut it and burn it. So I'm going to take my thread off because we're done with this. All right, now we are going to, or my needle, sorry, I called it a thread. I'm going to get these all out of our way so that we don't have beads going everywhere. we are going to create the very first thing I'm going to do is get me a little bit more of the 1G, and that is because we have to create a loop, and there's going to be a third whatchamacallit here. So I want to tie these together with some 1G first. That way, when I come back through and do the others, I won't have a third one in the way. Oops. And we don't need a whole lot of thread. We're just going to create a little bitty knot right here that's going to hold this end in place. We're going to bring it down, and we're going to knot it. I want this knot to be good and tight. And I'm going to cut this. This will be kind of hidden by our S-line when we make our other knot. So we have this, and I'm going to be making our knot. The first thing we want to do is how long do we need this? I'm going to go ahead and cut all of our threads. We will glue this. I don't want them real short yet, but we will glue this down in a bit. And I will cut this a little shorter just so we don't have them in our way. All right, we need to see how long this needs to be. So we're going to need to tie this much with a loop here. And do this again, so make sure I have it right. Not too tight, not too snug, not too loose. Huh. All right, so right about there. I'm gonna make an indent, and I'm gonna make a loop. And this one here will be partly in our I don't want it all the way up in. We're going to cut most of that off. Right about there, I would say. And I am going to tape this down. We're going to try this on. I think that would be perfect. It's a little loose, but you know, sometimes when it's hot, you don't want this to be too tight. So I am going to give it a little bit of a tug. Tighten up just a hair, not a lot. Maybe that was a little bit of a too much of a tug. but it will stretch. Just know that your bracelet is going to stretch. So I'm going to take and loosen this. I'm going to pinch this so I don't lose where I want this to be. I'm going to get a fresh piece. I'm going to come down here beyond where I want to have the end of my knotting to be. I'm going to go ahead and look and see. This is the front, so we want to turn it over. This is the back. So we're going to take this down and we're going to start knotting. So I want to knot beyond this piece. We're going to start our knot right here, and we're going to come up probably, I need to probably shorten that just a hair. I think it's going to come up into where I want it to be. Okay. When we put glue and everything on that, that knot is, the glue in the knot is going to hold that third piece. So I've got a nice long piece of Eslon. Whoops. And we're going to come up underneath, and we are going to start with our knot to tie it tight, just like before, right up on top of the red cord from the 1G thread that's there. And then I'm going to do a double knot. And now we're going to go ahead and do our oh gosh, I know that I'm saying the wrong words, guys. So go ahead and correct me. So we're going to make our P. We're going to bring it over, under, and up through. Whoops. We're going to have to struggle with this end a little bit. So when you're dealing with a short end, you're going to want to make sure that you're getting it up in there where it belongs. Tying it down, over that, under, and out through. I'm going to pull my ends like that. Oops. Make sure you get it over this little piece here, because we have to deal with that while we're working with it. And I'm not sure how many we're going to do on this end. It's going to be longer because we're going to come out to the end of where the button's going to come through. So that was one complete knot. And make sure that we come up over the 3 strands. That's half. Oops, get it back under there. Let's redo that. It is not agreeing with me on this one. It's like, nope, lady, we're not doing it. We're not doing it for you. 2. That was a half. 3. Come on. Ah, it's really fiddly dealing with this really short end. And a half. Four. I think that's perfect. So let's tie it. Once, and then I'm going to do another knot, and we're going to get our GS Hypo Cement, and I'm going to undo this so that you can see where I'm going to put the glue. And then we will trim off all of the extra I was gonna put the thread back through on this end, but I'll show you what else you can do. Let's get my sloppy glue paper up here. So this is the back side. We can go ahead and trim that down short. Don't want to cut your thread when you do that. So this is the back side. Get it to stay put for me while I glue this. Clean off the tip. And I'm simply going to take my tip and run it right up around that knot and put some glue up in there. I'm going to run glue all around the knot, all around where this piece is coming out, and I'm going to run glue around this knot, and then I'm going to stick the end of this right down in here, and I'm going to squeeze some glue down in there. And you can tell that there's glue going in there because this is getting good and wet. Now I am also going to put glue on the edge knots here. And then we're going to let that sit. Now on this end, I was going to put my thread back through this last little tiny bead, and I didn't. We're just going to put that very end right in there with glue on it, and we're going to put glue inside that seed bead where that knot is. And we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to put GS Hypo Cement here, up along here, nice and covered it good. Again, get it right down inside of there. Give it a good healthy squeeze. And along those knots. And now we're going to let this set a minute, and I will go get the items to do the earrings with, because the clip-on earrings also came from Beebeecraft, and I want to do a pair of earrings. Hold on. Okay, so the bracelet's over there doing its thing drying. I've unhooked the earring that I didn't like the design of, and that's okay not to like something you put together. Take it apart, rethink what you did, and just go ahead and, you know, make something else. You don't have to be stuck with something you don't like. Plain and simple. I'm getting out 4 head pins because each of these have 2 little holes. I was very pleasantly surprised that these little 11-0s go over the head pins so nicely. So I'm going to take and put 1 on each head pin. I'm going to pick up a cute little Rhodonite. I'm going to take and pick up 2 on each head pin of the 11-0s. Slide them down. And I may not like to. This is trial. I have not put them together. So far, I kind of like how it is. We're going to put another one on. Just like so. Oh, I kind of like that. I'm going to put on 2 more. Just like that. Put on 2 more. Just like so. And put on my last one of these for this earring. And like that. And then I think I'm going to put on 1 11-0 on each. So it kind of looks like that. And then let's see, how do we want to go about this? I have glue on my fingernails. I'm sorry. I think I am going to take and I am going to bend this one in and this one in so they crisscross applesauce. Whoops, that's just my pliers. And then I'm going to take and bend up. Of course, they're wanting to roll, so, you know. I'm thinking, guys. I'm thinking. Let me get a hold of one of my flat pliers. Maybe they'll stay put. Try and do this in a way that I don't break my, oh, that's not going to work either. So let's bring one out away from the other. Right about here, I want to bring it upwards. Is that about right? Or bring it over. Do what I want you to do, not what you want to do. Yes. Okay. Get it to go where I want it. It's like, I'm weird. I don't want to do what you want me to do. I know you look weird. Just kind of go where I want you to. Like that. I know what I'm trying to do, guys, and I don't know if it is possible. May not be possible, but I'm trying. I'm going to kind of reach in here, squeeze it down. If it doesn't look right, I have a plan B. I don't think it's going to look right. Okay, let's scratch this and go to plan B. It was an idea. It was an idea. And that's okay. You got to try it. That's some wicked headphones. Did you see that? It didn't want to cut. Guess the end of it's kind of bird. There we go. It still doesn't want to come out. Oh, please. Agree with me. I know you don't want to, but that's beside the point. Do you ever get the feeling that something we want to make is not meant to be made? That's kind of where I'm at right at the moment. Because I don't want to break the beads. Go ahead and cut this one too. Let's see if that helps me get them off. Nope. It says nope. That is so strange. I see why they're bent. Okay. Well, that makes perfectly fine sense. All that struggles, and it was because they were bent. Okay, let's take them off, start this over, and So that did not work. Okay. Alrighty, so we're gonna have to just put 2 loops on the top of each one and then put a jump ring between them. That's okay. We can do that. I'm not giving up on my idea of earrings to go with my and I'm not editing out my boo-boos because just in case someone has the same idea I did, or maybe they have like thinner head pins that they can bend. These are really sturdy head pins, so yeah, they did not want to agree with me, did they? So we're just going to go ahead and put them back together the way I had them, and then we will just make loops. It was a bad idea, guys. Okay. There we go. I am going to do one at a time. We'll do this one first. Right about there. I want a small loop. Where's my round nose pliers? They be hiding on me. I literally thought they were sitting right here. I really did. Oh, I see them. They are hiding. So I'm going to make a small loop. Bring it back. And close it up. Because we don't want that little bitty bead to get away. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to turn it around. It's saying no, 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 no. And small loop. Don't turn around. Come back here. It's like, you're filming. I'm going to do everything in my power to make this difficult. And I just broke my bead. Nope, he's there. That was my pliers, not my bead. Get back down there. I broke the one on the bottom. That's what I broke. You know what? Just to make it look right, I can take that other one and break it. And then both sides will look the same. Okay. That way my earrings will look the same, guys. Okay. I will roll him on down a little bit tighter. Like I said, everything's going to fight me. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me, guys? It's like, you just think you're going to do that, don't you? There we go. All right, now I'm going to take, and I'm going to do the other earring off camera because we're already at an hour and a half. This should not have taken this long. I will tell you that this is an 18 gauge ear wire. Okay. This is going to, like I was going to tell you, this is going to go on there really, really hard. I put it on with my fingers because it barely fits in the hole on these. You want a 20 gauge jump ring. And then through both loops. And I may need a second one. I did not check this to see. To see which way these were going. I think these are going the right way, guys. I did not check. And I slipped. Okay, let's not do the earrings today. But as you can see, this is my my idea for the earrings. I don't know why I'm struggling with everything today. Everything seems to be a struggle, so we're just gonna graciously put these on their own jump ring. Am I right? They shouldn't need their own jump ring. Because they would dangle, right? No, they won't. That's correct. They will not dangle right. Okay, we're going to close this one up. And we're going to hook it on to the earring. Oh my goodness. I don't know why the earrings are like, nope, you can't make me today. They were an afterthought. I was like, I really wanted to do these earrings. I really, really wanted to do the earrings. And it's like, not even wanting me to close it up. So there is the one earring. I actually kind of like it. It turned out pretty. All right, so I'm going to pause you. Okay, so I don't think I can edit out the earrings because my phone won't let me edit a video this long. But just know these are beautiful. Okay, these are from Beebeecraft. They are clip-on earrings, and I really wanted to make these work. Okay, they do. It's just I was struggling, and there are so many things that you can do with them. But look, do you guys remember the owls that I got last month? Or like 2 months ago, 3 months ago from Beebeecraft? Guys, look at these. Okay. I am going to just show you this real quick, because I love owls, and I know a lot of you guys do too. They come on these little jump rings. I'm going to squeeze really tight because my hands are getting really tired. And yes, like this. We're going to put them on. We're going to close it up. That didn't close very pretty. There we go. How stinking cute are they? Okay? Just saying. Let me go ahead and take this off because I want you to see how lovely these earrings here are from Beebeecraft. They have all kinds of styles of clip-on earrings. So if you're looking for some clip-on earrings, Beebeecraft has a ton. They have them with, now I can't find the little, there we go. They have them with, like this. They have just the gold. They have plain. And they are beautiful. Okay. I can't afford to go get my ears pierced. I'm sorry. That's a lot of money. I have so many other things that need to be done, that $125 just to get it done. And then top it off with, you know, I gotta turn my little owl guy around. And then top that off with the cost of the earrings. You're looking at another $50 because they want you to have either sterling silver or gold. So you're looking at least another $50. So getting it on there, guys. Sorry. So I'll put a timestamp. You can skip over the bad part. So look at the owls. They're beautiful. I think they're adorable. Okay. Now, the bracelet. I do not have a way out here to thread burn. So this is the back. I need to thread burn this all off. It is dry. And here's the front. Just ignore the little threads. They'll be gone. Here's the button. This is beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. You're going to notice that there's spaces, and that's because you want this to have room to go around. So we're going to put it on. And I have even problems with button closures. It doesn't matter. Look at how beautiful that turned out. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So thank you very much, Beebeecraft, for having me back. Let me put this on a pillow. And thank you guys for hanging out with me. I really appreciate all of your support and everything. And I'm just going to kind of put the owls. I have a little thing here that's to stand it in. And you know, everything for Beebeecraft will be down below. So feel free to check them out and check out Beebeecraft. And I think we'll just open them and clasp around. There we go. And yeah, one of my favorite places to check out and to look at, and we'll just put them just like that. How's that? And then you can see the owls. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I love each and every one of you, and I hope you have a most amazing day. Bye, everybody.